Abusia obedia di se new AbusuaPanyin Jones Brefo abusia ene ye say Manhyia a reject papa ya ene akwaya rehosem pa na de ene kofa we si nyina bae ni nyina eya mamne ne amane bi a se ye say eye se kunya na ex AbusuaPanyin kofi usutu park eteso no na ewo se amamne ne amane bi wo ho no ma ye kire ni AbusuaPanyin no a ye Brefo no ema ohunu sa amamne ne amane no na enam so kurampo no ema ne kopi fikesi mu ye Manhyia fikesi mu a na eba se ebia Manhyia ayopem so asante hene etoto nano ewo nsem bi hu a watimi ehunu sa amamre ne amane no watimi aka nanso enam se ekoye jasu ntino abusia allege yesi papa no entimi ehunu sa amamre ne amane na ene me ne okasa sisi no yesi Manhyia a reject no na nsem bia ba beto dwakurampo na yesi nkunya dan ni mu kurampo no ye wade bi ho no ma wose ni AbusuaPanyin Brefo etimi kokoye ewo nkunya dan ni mu nanso wonnim saa de ni ntino aba beto dwa sese wo bonu humusuo ko wura nkunya dan ni mu kurampo nkunya dan na ye nkunya tuntum na egu ho no no ebetimi abo AbusuaPanyin Brefo ahwe ho no ama eno kurampo no betimi akwakofa brichi ene se biyoni aba be boda de lumba abusia no ntini nyina nam so bi na allege yese anam so ama Manhyia a reject eye ni AbusuaPanyin no abusia ensem ne doso na mepese obeka me legal wife fu adwalai e won nsem we si won mepese obeka me ho akwaje nchirimu hya so sa ha egusu yeke black media
not in a statute. So at the time when Panyin free, the marriage must be an active marriage. And you could not prove the activeness at the time when Panyin free. So why are you in court? No. Them can say what I say. But I'm for passport, visa, any example, visa, example, I'm here. I give you to make it down. It's not near Juma. But what the when you say, a Juma. But it's not active. But dear. A free moi. All the case no ekomare bia obeka so onye because ebesa jaba bisiwa.
Very good. I'm happy for that you didn't even talk about consummation. But I'm a case now.
There's some yes. On the dear, my lady, what those who call Emranimo.
Oh, of course.
Come on. Besides, say Ebanese no choose the route of authentication. Because the authentication will prove say at the time any Panyin free mono.
No, you know what?
Exactly. So that is what you should prove. The subsistence of the marriage. And yes, I'm worry. Worry, there's no worry. But was it subsistence? Was it active when the person died? Exactly. That was the point.
And you're 100%, yeah, 1000% correct. Prove to me that at the time that Lumba passed,
but 257. Mr. Likes and
na Pierre Abahan Munchian.
Maybe I'm going to have
Maminchiano. Pierre Hoye.
A lawyer for Casa saying,
wait.
Good morning,
Yamiadum, Prestige, DL, to me, Nana Kwajo, trending, Akramo, Hap, Pachomichamunina.
Yeah, so really, have short, you through about some.
Nana means Mr. Crabba, to me crab, and I mean, all right.
I'm back over to me, Busana, and it's Alexa Transmatic.
My first question is. Paragraph. What's it saying?
First question about then say what you do.
Oh, David, YouTube. Okay, the baby someone somewhere.
There will a kaboom.
If I show now, a kaboom. Now, say 86 and 93. Me refika price. Say what the court.
88.
88. Okay, thank you. Since the na court ne epe from plaintiff ni nyina molestie ntino once someone in this appeals court as an engineer, and I wanted to ask, say, in the appeals court, they cannot have their own way, say, even though say not the lower court, they only look at this point, but they could have also looked at this point for the sake of truth. If the lower court couldn't do that, then we will take it a step ahead, and I step up, say, and share from this side. And no ain't meansy. And secondly, also per the occurrence and say authentication no kwana na nkebeti na actually say there was marriage, like MRD or say consummation binti no. Na me person be say how can the authentication kwa ebe me determine say indeed there was a marriage, and I say the status of the marriage was in progress before ansana. Man, like authentication, the minimum say just for the certificate. But how can that one confirm say nampa there was consummation inside some deal or the so there? That's
the mommy answer from second question. Say as I'm make an simple. Me manka consummation because me right into the merit of the matter. Una wabekama samache court say oye the only surviving spouse in the court and declare as such. The moment I the only about on the say you talking about ordinance, because ordinance in kwana mani pa ba pay spouse. Intino obano also bisa on say again a dance na me de kwa court no. Ama court ne who say yes you me kwana me the only surviving spouse. Adansi no so ye ba kope. Enene wo marriage certificate. In our marriage certificate now o de buy no. Issues eba ho say eya kwa akoye say ensheda nye authentic. Ina mema dwimini me hu ni say my lady per se o prove say o there say even at all the other ban issue kura won ho a at the time nipa no na o free mu no na sa ordinance no na etiase, and the only thing na ubetumi aya ebema etine bia ma ho authentication no, because Ghana is not part of the Apostle Convention, and pursuant to international law no, it has to go through that chain of processes. And no ebasana they can confirm or deny say at the time nipa ni free mu no na ordinance no ewo ho. Then the court will know that yes, if you say una the only surviving spouse udisa woka. But also say ta ode buy no akwa say tibia it's emanating from her history. It's emanating from some history. History there, and no say at that moment no identity ase. It gives you an indication say adeni esi etwam. Inti sa book na the buy no. Even though actually say more worried though, but does it prove say at the time nipa ni free na ware na wo ho ana? And that was what the court was looking for. Ebia na eno nko anye ekwan. Me ekwan ba ko apart from the making and ebia nka mu betumi e dey push court na ma court na tell say is to bring an expert witness who in my opinion works at the registry of marriage in Germany. Tianka Ghana and Quebec say ubeni obi a free registrar of marriages. No betumi aka say okay, I am an expert, I have knowledge in this and in that. Enunti per me record no at the time alumba efrumu on ABA eda say no na bibia wo me office kire say aware we no na etiase, but he didn't do that, and I'm surprised they were not seeing this. And that was what my lady was looking for, because of the claim with the buyer said the only surviving spouse. Second question, you can answer it then. Second question.
Christy, Pocho, 1 minute.
Second question is say
Pocho, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Prestige, thank you very much for the dedication. But I want to say this. I think that we don't have to argue for arguing's sake. People are learning. Prestige, before you came here, we talked about this. And the same lady was challenging that there was nothing like family book as evidence in court. She was making fun of it. I read it. This is not the first time. We see that. So I just want to ask, are we here to recycle the same conversation or we want to learn? Because Hab, I'm not coming after you, but we have to move on. Hab, I'm just saying this. You are now saying that the family book was not the only thing that was submitted. But in our previous conversation, you said that there was nothing like family book as evidence in court. So what are we doing to ourselves here? I just want to ask, then Prestige could go on. Hab, I just want to ask, are we here to recycle the conversation or we are here to just face facts? Because I talked about family book, you deny flat outright. Yes, sir.
Who said there was nothing like family book? One I can't say.
Or refer me to mommy. I think so.
Do you want us to scroll back to our conversation? Scroll back near
what happened? What happened before you came? No, was MITI 3 certificates. But you
3 certificate. I said they submitted 3 documents as marriage certificate.
So me make us.
But don't misquote me.
Adena conversation in Koda. Because we have DL, let me finish. DL, please. Because we have experts here. We have 270 people on the line, Mr. You're moving on the conversation. Because
you don't get the input of
20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's always like this. You trust me.
Exactly the conversation I want to have there. We have to
No, you people can't have a healthy conversation. So when I say, have a healthy conversation, trust you know I'm right. But you want to do back and forth and fat. Moving on, and that's it.
The first question was say the court was clear on the instructions to the plaintiff. Until once Oman follow no, the court appeals court it will not. And I maybe say can the appeal court also say because if evidence act now, the main act there was subsections. And according to the lawyer, no, also not rely on the third because of they went through a lot of these things. That moment, I'm fulfilling the very major act in Nankasano. Until can the appeals court also say for the sake of truth, we will go to the other sections and Abibia court in the lower court could have also relied on, but they didn't because they are not forced to. They did what they could, but can't the appellate court also earn share from the other way round? Just because lower court next share hands your home corner and that was my
no Obuka could share held the chair say I think paragraph 94 or so other paragraph no court no cry edisa authentication at the no cry san chain even though and another court no share Emma court ne ka say wo de nia wo say your original no fabra na menhwe. So my lady, my can say for want of a better word, brought the bar very low to your desire. Say, because you told the court, say, you have the original. Tinia say, Fabra, then non so mention to the authentication the tone chain. So having these two things that the court gave you, no, we had done work convince the law lost ne say mean to me and from a certificate amba. On say na jinis isi akwa ye na say wa akra no CBCBO one na oba court. You know, I don't want to preempt, but yenhwe say no make say law there bibia possible. Because I have some afraid what I say.
By one thing, and I'm person making it clear. Say one family book no or the
Oh, the enka. Akusia say, Mamunko, into the enka. Mr. Esana, money fair to deal. And so that is how it is. You know, share dynamics now on certain, maybe a course, you know, HSA, the court was fair to you. The court was fair to you. And you say, I'm person, I appeal, okay, fairly early. I appeal quiet then. Not fairly early. Lumba can say Nayera Kusia Sewa Tiska Warren and Nuntino. Now she is forming the opinion, say na customary marriage be all. Unza me can say what the men in Yadwin. Tell the Biamica. Biamica same way. Because
oh, go ahead, sorry.
Your social pronouncement, they are not binding. My bahaba be church match the exceptions of that domestic the domestic agreement, domestic contract of law, they are not binding. Match exception be binding. They make I say in domestic agreement say be ono yere wo ho na say bibi akoso kama okay wo montemwa na osha oba when this one want to make I say a raise legal intention. But ebi amuntemati otiana samusumo oti baby na muntemu nya fine dia wo be ka che ni bia etumi bando ma popular English case Balfour versus Balfour, Lord Atkinson and I say Lord Atkinson, but I'm trying to short here Lord Atkin, where he made those pronouncements some 150 years ago, and the court has been clear on that every day. Tina politics bind you mono to be good now platforms when I say me say what if the question is what if any panokwano a broadcast asem kwano abo, so how can it bind him? I want kwana intino wo kwa apina say my lady cracker say intino or consider one intino or grant to customer na so mka say no kwana nyimremwa na say wo the kuta ka san je film samo.
I said the same video na court nijina so ka say Odobroni here because you shoot the same video not that the lumber fair Odobroni said me here CC I mean no next and also the same thing I walk can be if I understand you.
I know social pronouncement na.
And also na video almost 70
no na social pronouncement no original no obo show no kan na say no original platform.
Oh yeah, interview
is different.
Prestige.
Remember social
that's
we try and throw too much. It's too much. We try and throw too much.
Well, what was that you?
No. But we say no social pronouncement. What I say? I know.
I asked a question. I didn't make a statement. I asked a question, and I have the right to ask a question. Please.
Yeah, my question. So that is how it is. I've been asking a mission. Mama, let's go just what.
Me what question?
Hey. Me patron na yemi na obi bisa mi o.
Oh no, you're an expert. I feel that Mary Arian too. I have a question. I just have a simple question. Prestige, I just want to say that every time it serves as a revision for me. Auntie, thank you very much for coming to teach. And I don't know what your plans are, but if you don't have any plans of teaching, maybe you should consider that. Thank you. Thank you very much. My question is, in the letters of administration, the supplemental affidavit is where she recognized Odobroni as DL's wife, as the other wife of DL. So in that she has admitted said Maamino Eye. How does that, what is the effect of that on her appeal, going to say that the appeals court should declare her as the only surviving wife? That she was not happy with the judgment of the lower court?
Yeah, you can be dissatisfied with the ruling, but you have to obey it. So now, no mistake or and say she disrespected the orders of the court by omitting Odubroni's name. The law is clear now. The orders of my lady Dorinda, a competent justice of the court of the High Court of Ghana, court of competent jurisdiction, Wama ruling, and is pursuant to Article 11. The orders of a superior court are part of our laws. It is no pompo or the bruni yere. But the fact say oh yeah Elena or yeah mistake she is just obeying the orders of the court. Okay. And then to me can say wajatum. Okay. Though you bet me on the media, but on the point of law there, and on binding because she is just obeying the orders of the court. And in as much say Ebia on the court in Yanfino, she must still accept it.
Respect the orders. Okay, that was all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it. But my screen is where my lab is Mr. Mana. Usually do bear 25K and 30K because then you see there. So Alex, me someone probably means on where there.
Yeah, me Joseph. Where they am 100K na yo 35 there say for 100K.
My man for winning the entire on screen so because when you cook them power has a mumbo screen so it's you we better in education in him. It's Alex 100K. PRO whole to pack AbusuaPanyin to pack lumba AbusuaPanyin the PRO na wa saying so say 100K and but you 100K right Alex that's the time when you my video buy come I di fa PO ho ne AbusuaPanyin sensem ne ade say na wa dwen you na den so na ade beka ho amaye that's it.
As I'm talking now, I have the 19-page document that was filed on the 4th of June at 12:40 p.m. in Kumasi, and I have it here. I've read through this whole thing now. I'm sure what for Udra Kramola. One country woman I said they are trending. Now what to me account on deeper Ukuta and Anakwaja. And they best celebrated the year on a legacy because we are very prestigious. And a bonfire say we hope the appeal backfire.
With your boss.
And only we hope appeal backfire. No matter no hope appeal.
Femi deal. You don't want peace, Mr. Alex.
Alex, we fear Akusia, the host.
Or no, the mother of the place. And he had to have no page and I say Akusia Shemunina dia Muyawaha. And he made Chianipa 279. Nanyamiadum and a 626.
So Alex Macho, Oko Pierre and Lumbas, whom maybe about my mana.
Oh, that be so I cram on out trend, yeah. You hand it to me because you didn't probably to man and Aquajo. And unless you did prestigious. Now we hope appeal backfire and your help. And our Akusia.
So now, Brefo na Equana, fire Brefo.
Yeah, now can be Brianna. This also a translation. What you say?
Don't mind them, my uncle.
My kind document, no, I wish say you will be able to me 19 pages document way. And I ask myself, I go say some a koyachi. Na ko bi akofa the judgment na e buy na kin kind.
We will be starting the judgment. My main opportunity to Cramponia announcement, Alex Pachimeba. Starting typically, Wednesdays and Sundays, we have like intense program with Prestige. It's mostly legal stuff, just law. Last Sunday we did Prestige. I just had a brain freeze. No, I know. Yeah, Wednesday was at last week. Sunday we did
divorce and desertion.
Yeah, we spoke about divorce and desertions, and we always go through the act and see. Mostly legal. Starting Echina Mipamoto, we are diving into the judgments because me can't check. And those times when I and a lot of people, sometimes we have disagreements on some kind of translations and stuff, so we decided then we just gonna make it a whole program and see best at it now. So we will save the piece for Wednesday and see starting it now. Me pamacho be awo ye interested piano. Typically meaning baby will be our, but around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where America, I say Prestige will be here. But tomorrow I'm the translation time in Ghana. I think it will probably be plus 4 hours, so it will be 12 a.m. in Ghana.
What's that? It's about 12 a.m. How much? Now you're sorry, but now you can kind.
Oh, it's lovely. I'm telling you, it's always worth it. Prestige, let me tell you something. Even on my page, there are boys that Prestige, even the way our chat, has inspired people to go. But Prestige makes me talk law in Tibra, and be inspired. You never know, maybe it will help you learn your own interest. It be quite interest in law, baby but Prestige makes law easy or breaking your down. Or sorry, you might even think so you're a pocket lawyer. Until you never know. Tomorrow we are here. Until it will be the judgment. And yes, we are reading from the actual judgment. So that by our corner can be now also when you okay, say Alex, you can take over.
Everyone was say echo appeal. Everyone pa. Na sebe appeal court there will be at me kohonti. A typical example, medical ka efa kwache versus Afiapokia case. Ekoya could do Supreme Court. After Afiapokia tie the judgment that came out of Supreme Court. And you might be will lose ye. I feel catcher almost set aside the Supreme and Appeals Court decision. Now, a moment a High Court decision, and because High Court no might be bria no open. I'm catching see a yanisa. The Appeal Court and me one pa na me share document and I've read it multiple times and I'm surprised. And see, that is how I see it for now. My name's a more questions be all around it, and then I'll tackle it. But aside that, I'm very surprised. Say, echo appeals court.
Oh, boss, wait a minute. Question is going to me take us through maybe what they are taking to the appeal court.
Oh, that be way document. We should be done. And the date that they wrote on here, see a court on the 11th of June. And your team, and your mom will come once, so master some lawyer, say lawyer, because you're not dropping, and they are going with a different lawyer. That one has nothing to do with this. Secondly, the grounds are lawyer Kusi submitted, they want to amend it, no more for being home, making changes. That has nothing to do with us. And Tisanioma, we are the court on the 11th, and we are not going to show up because we don't want to fly the lawyers. Or more bad, they come in 3 and flying them to Kumasi just because of this now here. And that is what we are not trying to do anything. I can't was.
Okay, but the main last question send me I'm pending for a bum. I say maybe besides say na time gonna a space in the time now they appeal in grass on. At what point now officially munya appeal letters na na say like munya letters muko appeal and that being among cancer no.
Yes, I can on another being and Sunday. Yes, I can on Friday and Thursday. But date on the file here was on the 4th of this month. The time was 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and that was the time on file here. We were waiting to see and Sabe can be. Because now you also share your investigation and reviewing whatever that happened. And the AbusuaPanyin team now, because we were ready to even go for appeal on ourselves. Now I can say appeal because of certain gaps, be a war judgment in them. And although bringing so I heard say the team also were also looking at 1 or 2 things. And ya don't pass aba. Nti we there ye kwakoka. Almost ever court on the 11th of June, 9 o'clock in Kumasi, and I don't think it's a needful say we will go because of these little changes in it.
That's it. But so, me pen for me to me, but I
Wait, Mr. Adebakope or Mr. Alesso say Mr. Wa say more evaluate behavior na o dia ma akusu ama me why na yen so na so yenye bia na ya to ebo achichi mama ya members na tiase.
See, I'll share a copy with you.
Mati Pacho.
I'll share.
Pacho Mati.
Let's no question no.
Pacho yanko.
Me kai.
Then Alex have a kind of how question money.
Me say, I
It's awesome, baby.
I come over bisa question. Okay, issue. Hey, demo yeah.
Oh, bisa mama.
Bisa what you bodyguard wa. Bisa.
Oh, wow. Starless. Me pacho. Na we omokwa Kumasi na mo flying for 3. Nanka na mo opportunity senka mo be file on your own. Anka mo betimi file in Accra no. Pacho na person bisa say what was the delay am betimi atena say amanko for ya san file in Kumasi knowing the cost involved.
Everybody can go to court. It is a court na or defendant and I say or partner and court. That doesn't mean that there's a problem. There's nothing. You chose to go to court. Where we had multiple cases that we were handling. So on the 3rd, we were in Kumasi because of AbusuaPanyin. That one has adjourned. I also another one on the 29th. Ahimfi and Tamkesi Ohayeka Hwasem. On top of that, we have people flown into Germany to do some investigation. There's some people that are in Accra looking at LA Homes and the team is seriously engaged in so many things. Here 170 way the crowd there as part of it, but we're taking care of the most important ones to the team. Hope appeal backfire. And patch over to me. I'll mute Nanka. Oh, any question? Sorry.
What question so no? Maybe say
Bisa.
Bisa, feel free.
Okay. I rest my case. Mr. Alex, them say be say share you.
When you should be some what?
Before so hard do. Me start me bisa pa mo me.
Bisa. Also, I want to say bisa. O dey bisa. I am out.
What's my bisa?
Dear only had no bisa. Also no ne.
Bisa na yenkoye nim.
That dear mama bisa sa question do.
Fani se woni ha. Bisa.
We a special guest here into the bisa, right?
When you should be at this point, move forward.
Peace. Move
forward.
Oh, okay.
Say the same way there. Just 20 years old, Charlie.
Oh, litigation must end. It will end.
What's it?
Mente won kan kra let's buy mente won kan am bese o kan bibi na bisa bibi no
mente minka just at the end say first and name say appeal number so but see ya no ya ma yen say appeal number so na de na na ya me one ni say extension of time no yanti ho hwe because notice of appeal no am dey to 28 November last year. And after 3 months, no question. Na ye train say ye betty letter be of extension of time by auntie. But say ne omo kodia na say they put in an extension of time, but our side they didn't inform us. That's the conclusion I can give from that.
Nana Kwadjona, your side didn't inform me. Which side have you chosen?
Everybody knows my side already. Alex.
Oh, minim, I'm yet to be informed.
He's on my side.
So, Alex.
He's on my side.
Alex.
I'll mind you.
Alex, let me address.
Yes.
Alex, just as she said, no, on the documents not available. But if you have not, if you don't have the green light to share, you don't share. You can still do it. I think it was last month on the 15th. I'm being honest with everybody. And yenya notification there. The appeal will go on. Now, Prestige, correct me. Appeal goes through processes. It was in the process. What it is in there, the team on the other side were acting funny. Until say a preempt can be business later. Obey the opposite. Sometimes no, you look funny in the public eye. We all had the notion that the appeal wasn't going to happen. But truth to be told, on the 15th of last month, now Alex, I don't know if you got a notification, but the appeal is in the stages or it's in the process. And it's coming off. So I mean, from that time, I stopped talking about appeal not happening. I've heard my brother Nana Kojo complain a lot about the dissemination of information. Alex, our platform, I think that we should make it clear and assure everybody. Because before you even came, I told Prestige that by Monday or Tuesday, if we get a green light, or if I get a green light, I will forward him some documents. Sometimes it's not they be a obinisaka paper be non farm. It's by virtue of knowing somebody or somebody knowing somebody or somebody trying to be nice. Some information are not for public consumption. People are privately, they want you to see or they want you to know. So Obima synopsis about it. It doesn't mean they be a it should go out there in the public domain, just as I have said, Alex K. Come pages you're okay. No, they will be requesting also, but it's not public now. He will make it available when the green light goes on. Prestige has been a tremendous addition, at least a pillar. The Nokojo has done his bit. To me, that's say Alex, what I want to ask in there, what I want you to do in there, is it possible when it is made available, for me where I am, I won't have a problem having those documents, or I won't have a problem assessing it. Can you, as a matter of agency, another BBR importance, make them available as and when they come, so as they can actually digest it before they even come on the platform. To certain individuals, if you have to put a condition on it, not for public consumption, you are an official source. I mean, you're official source. So if you can actually make it, not for public consumption, let's put trust to faith. Ensure that people who are now, when they are talking about it, they will actually have a clear picture of what is going on.
And I mean,
that's why I talk.
Yes, I mean,
quickly. TikTok right now, that's how I talk, brother. I'm somehow meticulous with things that I say. So Alex, I'm just saying, you know me. But you are an official source. Akosia is doing her bit. Tumi is doing her bit. Nana Kojo, Prestige has been the source of all the critical information that you will need to sometimes advance your argument. Please, they've complained. Nana Kojo has complained. Prestige has backed Nana Kojo. The floor is yours. Tell them what you have to tell them, and let's see how we go, please.
Nana, officially, still I mean, Nana Kojo, Nana. Mami who baby awu na se hoya no abefa mko why? Baby ame wono hoya pa nti mami hu se e won so wo ha.
Say ye share case na say wo ha na ma wonim baby ame wo. Because ye mu bi ni ye share ase from court.
Oh, okay.
No money baby ame wo. Right.
I have told you where he belongs to.
I knew. Alex or not, Danny. I don't want to see the airport.
I'm not just PR. I have just.
I don't want to see the airport, or Team Liga, nearly the audio or Dublin. So, no, said
decision by marital status. I understand. Yeah. Nana, there are two things that I will share: confidentiality and credibility. We are working with a legal team, the Baba Jamal and Associates. Said Omusi echiche omon information. They are very careful about how they share information.
Thank you very much.
Because of said Omusi TNNT, the matter we talk about is not just on the social, but Kesiana Nkasa is in the court. It's even though Krabi Nyankrata Bikrana is watermark with, especially lawyers say. The Nyoma bi obebe release here and quite a bar on one kasani page so. They are careful, they are very sensitive. Yes, he has spoken with him.
Osei is very, 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 very careful. But any of you people might not take it as I want you to say it.
Oh yes, yeah, he's very cautious. I spoke with him yesterday. We were on calls, multiple calls, and the man here made the cry say. The PR team, we are there. If you want any Ibiana, you can contact us. But because we are working with this, there are legalities in the information that we are giving out. If the legal team have not given you the green light to share documents, it might impact the case in our court. Until yet, the patience. Yet to an extent, is it frustrating? Yes, especially when you have two different teams. The other side gets information. How? Maybe me catch your man say documents you are filing or Kumasi. Whenever bounce on that bunting has it been compromised? I can't say that, but ABA they have a way of getting the information. But because he and Crawford, most of them any Kumasi, Kumasi no. Getting information from the registrar no challenging. And then here one. The other one they say now not there someone who baby I'm with AbusuaPanyin. Once it becomes public, no just DM me. I wouldn't hesitate, I'll share with you so that you can know the details of what we have to talk about. Then a bit more clarity. It will give you the information you need to talk with, and it's not going to be an assumption and a BBR. I think that for now that is what I can say. Manhyia.
So Alex said the whole kind dear can't say me be but nana quite raise point to go my akun Salumba reply to Mammy Akoso and also a boss of the baby, but the scene and say once and also green light and pass your boss.
Reply no somebody can catch him say replies and the end mope. Now I'm here and my name dear. The one fine
but your Mammy Akoso 2018 letter no trend reply that the Lumba the man. Because I felt as a well reading baby crowd by Yan has said, Senna Bay and Tokani be Jaiku on that. I'm
going to talk about
it. Many women to tune. I'm no mini and into my share for no. And into
once I'm here, no letters I buy, there was one in 2018. Two letters came out in 2018. There was one on the 4th of February and another one on 27th February. Diana Monsaka, not Diana Monsanka.
And I'm part of me, Alex. I don't know now, be out in Tokan by a many women to.
And I may say, Mammy, me say, Alex, dates of the letter, there may but an exhibit has been stated in the judgment, which is on paragraph 150. And that exhibit is exhibit DL11. And the judge stated that DL11 was a letter in denial of letter DL1. And the DL1 in the judgment, actually say, and on a year 4th February 2018 letter. No? Yes. But DL11, the content of the DL11 is what I was asking for.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether that is the 27th, whatever you are saying. I don't know.
Yeah, that is the 27th.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I only know of the DL11. Yes.
Yeah, so I understand.
The content of exhibit DL11 was what I was asking. So being the content of that exhibit now.
Yes. And I thank you so much. So we'll share the letter that was written on the 3rd of October 2025 at 2:17 p.m. It made reference to 4 letters that they received. Okay, I say, we act as solicitors for the Fosu family of Bakoso and Suta, the family of the late Charles Kojo Fosu, aka Dad Lumba, and on whose instructions we respond to your 2 letters to the family dated 1st September 2025 and 10th September 2025, references to these 2 letters. The next 2 paragraphs, one can say, your client on 4th February wrote to the late Dad Lumba expressing her intentions to initiate divorce proceedings against him, raising many unfounded allegations which the late Dad Lumba denied. In a letter dated 27th February, the then lawyers for the late Dad Lumba responded to the made references to my letters in boom, no summarize it on the one that came on the 3rd of October. Per the lawyers, the 27th February in the year, they made a content and expressing this one. But saying we are careful about that one, and that one is still not released to the public consumption.
And say Metiasia, let's say we need the content of DL11.
I have DL11, but I don't have the green light to share it.
Okay. Matthias. And Matthias. And the another maker about share of information. And yes, ABR important ABR strategies in your man. Young fans say appeal. Definitely there was application for an extension, but we didn't even hear of it. Because the other side, the legal wives is there. No. Their focus is not on documentation. And they hardly would they even talk about those things. But the yes side, then I definitely know when they file, they will serve us. We're only wishing, say, when they serve you, we are not talking even about the content of what they even serve you. When they serve you, just let us know, say, oh, you are serving away. So that when we are doing discussion, we will know how we toe our lines. Always we need to conjecture and only stick to what is in the law book. Well, because we here discuss about the appeal, and based on the time, we concluded that there wouldn't be any appeal. Because the amount who were 3 months, who need additional 3 months, I was saying we apply for extension. In the Yanti application for extension, we concluded yes, Yanti Yankwan, the NHS appeal number. And just see, and see, who say Baswa. NHS said some period be no an application for extension was done. No yeka said san your money there ya mundo attention to not strategic information will be the any case and no there we are not even fighting for ubi keeping the arsenals but idea be anyway fire rate of sermons they say AbusuaPanyin recent court here mokoye. Do you know that a lot of us we didn't know until say see here me say we call platform be say call Pakoso hini case no then a rate was a rate of sermons was served. Some of us we didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Some of us we didn't know. Yes, we didn't know. It a bit a banisana, and your me in particular. Say, Abia Modema, young fans, platform, favorable platform heads now. It will help in their way discourse. And look, I can yepe.
What I would say, Kakradia to the Okano say before na any PR connecting between AbusuaPanyin and the social media. The lawyers on social media, sir. Until now that we have a connect, touch base with me, and then if I have the green light, I'll personally share with you, and that will make information more accessible to you. Adaroma, why? Yes.
So, Ubisa question be it was very interest to me, but what man answer. Pacho, that okaso say.
Pacho say.
Pacho, open me categorical. Me your dobro ni pe fan. And everywhere I go, I say it. They know. Me your odobro I came only for odobro ni.
Thank you. And then the many answer. No.
So Alex Macho, we the Nanadi Ra, AbusuaPanyin and Semu Kakrano. And in your opinion, Brefo, the most credible or never ever say my information about Kumasi Traditional Council letters are back. Our Moka AbusuaPanyin once, but when your letters need be now, the moon some to say, and I sense when I be AbusuaPanyin when the case, of course, I'm coming to me a cabo mamaya. That's it.
Well, the first week when we assumed this position with the group, we took care of AbusuaPanyin. That way, when AbusuaPanyin we took the necessary steps. Somebody a more right show now. I already alerted them, said there's a breaking news that we've given green light to Oheneba to break. Until more and more, the Omunim said they were expecting Oheneba. And some of those on the desk. And I can't just be breaking everything by myself. The media, the print media, the media TikTok phone, I'll do it. They issue an official press statement, and I'll do it. And strategically, there was something that he had to. But I saw one or two things I didn't want it to air. And I said, okay, let's step back a little bit. AbusuaPanyin issue now is done. The documents in Yoma and Sakabia we are done. That is what we can share for now. The content of it, no, I'm not going to share it. But AbusuaPanyin or more challenging whatever we need to help from baby I say in Sakanyoma Biano, we've taken that decision, and we have all the documents that we need to do, and that is all that we can say for now.
So Alex Bacho, okay, I respect whatever you're saying. Miti or Hineba no miti no manisi. Say Baba Jama ne feminine show Kumasi Traditional Council. Omo tro send a beya e be hu say AbusuaPanyin that so na AbusuaPanyin and now to help them in court.
The Omni lawyers will ask questions, but AbusuaPanyin is purely traditional and customarily. And it is always AbusuaPanyin, what do? You touch base with the systems. You paying for. You talk about FECU, you talk about the councils, you talk about Manhyia, all those things. It is obisi or AbusuaPanyin. You miss Papa Brefo and I say, I'm friend saying, I'm friend of Papa.
But Alex Bacho say, if I say Brefo.
Okay. I me no can't say man be the biscuit or my for biscuit, say biscuit or say biscuit on the cup. And then me too, in by say continue media and all come continue. Brefo, my friend Brefo for now. Papa Brefo no.
I say when they have virtual you have AbusuaPanyin.
You didn't Brefo ana.
Or the Brefo Saturday.
Brefo. Oye Brefo, Ejuma no yende. Oye Brefo am papa. Mo no.
Next Ejuma no Branca.
Obre o.
Bra undi.
Obre.
One bra undi da.
No be ya she we ayi AbusuaPanyin we yi ase de. Obegu nsade se nipa afra san wo. Abusua so be ayi nti. AbusuaPanyin na odi no ano den pa. amamre ben ye sebi nkonya dem kro wa hu bi bibisa no nkonya kro ewu dem nkonya tuntum no kro woni nkonya na ose e ka AbusuaPanyin a oye brempon AbusuaPanyin nti nkonya tuntum dem no kro you need to know nkonya kro ego ho umisa papa yi san nkonya no ye nsoma ho na wo kwan bo wo hwe sebi se pa akoso omom nim de ekoso na hema ne nioma bi no ho no ba yesi ya omoni mu asem sebi pa akoso hena ankasa so ko Manhyia omonim de eto no the last time nti sebi uyi musuboni a esu so eba oso de ye hu no enie ya papa ya mamre ne amane enye na ne besi AbusuaPanyin o 2019 AbusuaPanyin ba ko no ekọ ne nkrechi no no na nananom eyi no de na kire nananom samanfo de na kire nananom konwaden ya gu amamre ne amane pa koso ene 14 families ni nyina anim AbusuaPanyin omo ye 14 a omo hye nase omo nyina de buo ne ani die ma no sebe ogu nsa yi amane apaye enye ne nkwa no wosi ifuno that lumba sebe ni nuanom ne nkrofo bi no ma sebe omo nkrofo aka baabi ofa ya pokunum nyina omo beka ya ono ana ya AbusuaPanyin ya besi ne na nei ede na kotwa bahira haban mu ase ya sie e kire se Brefo no ankasa no ono na busua baabi ofiri no AbusuaPanyin wo ho a enye ne yonko mpo no na we de twa mbeka se wo ne otumfuo sebe AbusuaPanyin yenye ne sa in some of us there we supported the system say adie bi ebenya bia to prove abusuafo no pa akoso nyina bisase nipa omudi na chi say AbusuaPanyin omo yesen mama Korea o say mama India on edi na chi wan biem o fire poko ono ankasa free US by 12 years in here that's what be bia o dwene ne ho and weinom abaye how be in the system nti ye de kanyina ne say nkrata ne nyoma ebe hia bia na is done yentwen na wotwi agoro ne fom yemfa nhyehyɛ so okumase na yentie nsempa ne ehunu amamre ne amane umisa papa no se omu si na konya no AbusuaPanyin 14 na se komo ba no mbeka sampa ye fo aso na mo wen obi ama wo besi ne obi ama nti se o se o ya AbusuaPanyin na kokumase so mo de ekoho na obi a wo si we AbusuaPanyin na nko odobro nyi fie nkotu dad lumba fo so na so ya AbusuaPanyin o se ye that lumba ye sie no kura na se be papa no ba bi oro fe kroma nya makra ade na mo yesa ene mo bi wa mama me nka ha ekwa ho nti metomebo na matie kakra
gracias Alex basho na sisi ana ifan say sakrata we free Kumasi Traditional Council abana meaning whether to say confirmation or affirmation no does it mean that that case na wo fekuo ni ho anya intam ni no but say ohene na twa letter no so ohene na se watunu no letter we about means that case is closed and access still na because this case no that that's what about fekuo ni
fekuo no intam no na no so mo ka ho asemo letter no there was just something na no bisa say hwe intam no nti no mo call that that's what about fekuo na ni mo anya letter ni ntia Mamina audio machi no kura no free dem hope you so manya amane won hu sa video no
amu sa video ni pa we ba ko de share nyonko e wona me nya nti so bo aye wa
amu bro
ya sam bitu
omu bre pa enti omu sorry kura so mbeka so mo fam santo enya lumba sensem na ebeka na ha ye ka ntam no ho asem nti yesere na no se ba bi wo bi on fam ebo so 2 years in ye e kan tam no December 2024 ade na ada ho be sidne entam it is duabo it is injunction nti wanya mane na wo bra kona yenso we kofra wo hene na na me se wo hene no kra no so jira ba bi tokoko na na be tokoko obre nti mesre na na se ba bi obi an omra na onfa mo so na entam no wasem na be ka letter ne de enyoma bi piepie na ya tiafiri na no na ka se enye ono na kire nti eno de edru a sansem ni na be ba bonten menua
Akra me pacho hineba abe kind of content of letter now see traditional Kumasi Traditional Council de amano no
I know can win some just one kind say be a
But so kind or can say a better than can right and I ain't
no,
Nancy and can.
but I think I know I'm hearing YouTube. Me hearing YouTube.
Or
Meaning
can
to a massive
say
talk live there. Oh no, it's Kumasi Traisa can go registered in your lawyer. Been kind in there.
yeah, but or can the content of 4 letters no.
I would say okay, kakratre or chim say Baba Jama and associates natural come Kumasi Traisa Council. So person who say to pack that say I'm part almost what your back say or that's on that's AbusuaPanyin, you know. And then Osaka said an apart so he deny say on the show letter no. On you be answer Kasa Bibia. I mean I want you to please go with me and
I
I think
think say if I'm not mistaken the video is no longer there. Cause then I start say life na ata I'm say atada.
oh Simon.
Ata try some so or but not for some reason not almost see video be any honor, but anyway I will check again to see.
Because I know that maybe share we has
Into 4 letters nina is to say AbusuaPanyin that's you AbusuaPanyin.
but I ni na
So when you AbusuaPanyin o, say letters na mo ka ho asem nyina no. Unya abotre. Eba pia, somebody can catch them say. Me na me catch ohene ba kura say, sebi ohene ba ese ye SYZ. To ohene ba media, de na oye ne ade nyina no. Unya abotre ntwen no. Video no den na mo pe oni nyina beba betoja. But ni am ne mo ka say AbusuaPanyin Honorable Victor Kofi Owusu. He remains and he's still the AbusuaPanyin, not just AbusuaPanyin. Otumfo Brempon AbusuaPanyin of a corner in Suta Pakoso. Nidino cry say I need 2 pack or say money into 2